Joining us now for a conversation is a renowned producer from the Tamil film industry, Mr. Dhananjayan. Sir, for the past 4 5 days, we've been seeing a legal hurdle. Jana Nayagan is right now in the middle of a legal hurdle. And today, a single judge bench of the Madras High Court has given a green signal for a censor clearance. Justice P.T. Asha has directed the CBFC to give a certificate to the Jana Nayagan film. But despite that, it looks like the CBFC is refusing to let go of this issue. They have right now appealed in the Madras High Court. How do you see this?
No, we didn't expect this at all. Basically, when the Honorable Justice P.T. Asha has clearly stated that the moment, you sent across your clearance on 22nd of December, rating the film as UA 16 plus with all the cuts, the transaction between the censor board and the producer is over. In fact, I'm continuously producing and distributing films, where I censor my film. What happens is the committee watches a film, and if I had an issue in one of my film called Kadal Enbadu Podudamai. It went to the revising committee. We asked for a revising committee. And revising committee watched the film, members of 11 people have watched the film. Then the cuts and all they informed. It went to the chairman, which is in Mumbai, and they watched, they looked at all the recommendations. They confirmed it, sent a mail. The moment they sent a mail, censor certificate is issued. Simple. The process is over. Now, what I'm asking is the same thing they've done. They have applied and the committee has seen it. They only recommended all the cuts and all. They agreed for 16 plus. It went to the court. It went to the CEO. CEO has confirmed it and sent a mail to the producer. The moment it went to the producer, the whole transaction between the producer and the censor board is over. The moment you submit the content with all the cuts recommended by the examining committee, the matter is over. Now there is something called Rule 24, within bracket 13. They bring in newly saying that by which the chairperson has got the sumoto power, which is like arbitrary sumoto power, under which you can individually decide, which is like arbitrarily I'm putting it across because there is no logic at all. There is no outsider has commented about it. The examining committee, the person who has complained about it, he's from the same examining committee of 5 people. If the person had a complaint, why not he complain within 1 day or 2 days? Why is taken 15 days? My contention is if you are genuinely concerned that you're not used the army permission or used some religious sentiment which has hurt the dialogue or the music, simply you could have complained and sent a letter 2 days, no? Within 2 days,
Yeah.
you watched a film as a part of the examining committee. How long you will take to send a letter to the chairperson? You will take not more than 2 days, right? Why are you taking 10 to 12 days? You're dragging the whole matter. And then finally, pretty well the film is coming on 9th. You are coming very close on 5th of the month, which is January, and when the film is supposed to release on 9th, you are actually sending a mail saying that I'll go for a revising committee. We are absolutely, the whole industry is shocked. This is completely arbitrary. I know CBFC something is abnormal. Like Justice P.T. Asha rightly said, it is abnormal. You had an issue genuinely, you could have followed the process. You could have sent a mail within 2 days saying that, yeah, despite the fact we confirmed it, there is a member who's objecting to it. So please go for the revising committee. The producer would have sufficient time. If you had actually sent on 24th or 26th of December, you would have had sufficient time. You'd have agreed to go for the revising committee. So what is happening right now in this, entire censor, whatever the proceedings right now, in the case of Jana Nayagan is completely abnormal. We have been, interacting with the CBFC. They've been very fair. They're always professional. But in this case alone, in Jana Nayagan case alone, it is completely abnormal. They are not doing what is normally followed as a censor process for a film. It should have been automatically done, and the film should have got censor certificate. Especially after the examining committee did not object the film. Like Parasakti, in the case of Parasakti, the examining committee didn't agree. They didn't want to give the censor certificate. The producer went to the revising committee. In the case of Jananayagan, the examining committee agreed, no, 16 plus. They agreed 16 plus. They said, UA, I'm giving 16 plus. So the matter is over. It's ended. So where is the question of dragging the matter? Why are they doing it? Today, what is shocking the whole Indian industry is for a film censor, you are bringing the Attorney General of India. He is going to be representing in the Chief Justice Court. What is this? In what way this film is going to be detrimental to the country? In what way this country is going to be affected by one film in Tamil releasing in southern part and overseas? In what way this is going to make a big change? Why are they making it as a national issue, bringing in the additional Solicitor General of India to represent the case and fight before the Chief Justice in Chennai Madras High Court? We are absolutely surprised and shocking. This is absolutely unwarranted. And you are setting a precedent that, you are actually creating a fear in the mind of the producer and filmmaker that in case the censor board decides, they can stop your film at any time.
I got it. Sir, also, you told that it is very abnormal for the CBFC to make a recommendation for U by A and then they're making a U-turn on that recommendation, their own recommendation. So, as a producer, have you come across a similar instance before in your a decades-long career, or is this the first time something of this sort is happening?
First time ever in Indian cinema industry, I'm talking about.
Okay.
See, what happened is, yes, an examining committee refused the census certificate. It happened. You know that it happened for Emergency, the film called Emergency, which has happened. They went to the revising committee. Like Parasakti, it happened. They refused the census certificate. It went to revising committee. Today the revising committee watched the film Parasakti. They given 25 cuts and mutes. The producer finally agreed. Producer and the director agreed for it. Census certificate issued. Today, the census certificate has come at the last minute and the film is releasing tomorrow. Okay. Now the point is, okay, fine. At least you issued it one day before the film release. Okay. I'm talking about this is the usual process where, examining committee can refuse or can, ask for cuts and modification, issue the certificate. That's the only two things, right? If they are not refused for the film, they agreed for the census certificate. Where is the question of refusing and saying sumoto asking for the revising committee? Sumoto, how can you do it? This is like you confirm the certification. You have already, based on that, producer has actually submitted the cuts and all. They have already given the film, waiting for the certificate. They are actually waiting for the certificate. Instead of giving them a certificate, see, all that they need to do is they can only verify whether the film, whatever cuts they given, 23 or 25 cuts, whether the cuts have been implemented or not. That's the only thing they can check. In case the director, whatever, the content is submitted after the cuts is not matching with your cuts, you can ask for another round saying that no, your cuts are not appropriate, give me another version of the film. That's the only thing censor board can do after confirming the censor certification with the cuts and mutes. That's the only thing they can do. They can drag the process. It happened for my film. They are given some 9 cuts and the director has given and the committee said no, your cuts are not absolutely acceptable because when we asked for 30-second cut, you were given only 20-second cut. In a particular music and all, they objected. They said 10 more second. In one fight sequence, they said no, the blood is oozing out. I need more cuts, more duration to be extended. These are the negotiation which happens between the regional officer and the producer. But that doesn't get into the certification process. They say certificate is confirmed, but however you match my requirement on the cuts and mutes, what I'm asking for. These are all things you can definitely do, but you will never say no. I'm going for the sumoto order. I'm using my sumoto 23 under rule 23/14 that I can call for the revising committee, and the revising committee now will watch the film and they'll come out with the cuts and mutes. How can you do it? Who has asked for the revising committee? The producer has not asked for it. The director has not asked for it. And you are taking your own committee order and you're revising it. So obviously something abnormal. The court has very rightly
Okay.
said that it's like, you are nullifying your own order. And in the
Mm,
process, what you are doing is you're setting a wrong precedent for the country.
mm,
Wrong precedent means I'm saying today no producer can be guaranteed the certificate is actually what they confirm through mail is final
mm,
because they can
mm,
always withdraw, right? Any film, when they send a mail to you confirming the certification is confirmed, then tomorrow after 5 days they can send another mail saying that no, we are withdrawing that particular certification
mm,
and we will now go for revising committee. What will happen to
mm.
the whole process of censor? Now, that's the
I got
reason
it.
why the Honorable Justice said it will open up a Pandora's box and it will be unprecedented. It will confuse the whole process. So, once you confirmed it by a mail, confirming that these are the cuts and mutes and the rating, the process is over and closed.
Over. Sir, we
So
all know
all
the
that we are
fact that
saying is this should be, yeah. All that we are saying is an industry has been very very amenable and very understanding, very cooperative with the censor board all along. One or two films occasionally get into issues like that. One or two films which are like stopped it for various reasons, maybe for political reasons or whatever it is. But please do not make it as a precedent which can be followed for every film. It will be scary. Then censor itself will be seen as completely scary process where every film people will be scared to go for censor process. They'll be worried about if there is anything political, content, they bring out, they'll be scared to bring in the content because, they'll be worried like what will happen to the censor process. Every time, we have to fight the censor process, they might stop the film, right?
yeah.
So they can go sumoto they can unilaterally decide to revising committee and then delay the film, and they can postpone the film. What will happen to the whole process?
I got it. Sir, now Vijay is not just an actor. He is, in fact, a politician. He's entered politics. He's going to face his first electoral battle very soon. His party, Tamil Vetri Kalagam, is gearing up for the assembly elections that is impending. So, do you think like there is some sort of a political angle behind all this legal hurdle? Because, as you said, the censor board is acting abnormally, is what you're telling. So, there might be a motive behind it. Do you think that is possible?
It is clear, no? It is very clear. It's all political. It's all political. That's why it's abnormal. See,
Mm.
if the censor board, which has been a professional body so long, is an independent body, has been operating, they would not have gone for sumoto at all. I'm talking about today in the Indian cinema industry. I'm an historian of Indian cinema. I've been tracking, I've written books on Indian cinema, about Tamil cinema. I can make it very clear. Never ever in the history, when a certification is confirmed, sumoto basis, a chairperson sent a mail saying that I'm withdrawing that particular thing, I'm going for a revising committee. It never happened. For the first ever time, it is happening for Jana Nayagan. How fair it is? Why are they doing it? For what? For a Tamil film? In what way it is going to affect the country? Okay, it's like it's a film, it's a commercial film. Okay, it's not even something taking on the history of Indian cinema, Indian, India or anything. It is not threatening anything on the Indian, nationality, integration, or anything like that. It is a very commercial film. So why are you making such a big issue unless there is a political reason? So there is a
Alongside, actually,
political reason.
we also have to notice that Parashakti, which is a highly political film, which is based on the anti-Hindi imposition agitation that happened in the 1960s, that film has got a clearance now. But on the in the case of Jananayagan, there is a delay. So how do we compare both?
No, Parasakti went through a lot of process delay. I can tell you very clearly. It is like touchwood. I'll put it like today they cleared it because they immediately agreed with the revising committee. The moment they said no, they didn't go to court. Had they gone to the court, it would have gone into a lot of loop. Okay, again the loop will be like one single judge, then it will go to the chief justice. It would have gone to Supreme Court. Even today, we are worried about what is going to happen. What if the chief justice says no, we are not giving the stay order on the honorable Justice P.T. Asha's order, then they will go to the Supreme Court. Because having brought in the additional Solicitor General, they're not going to leave it, right? They are going to take it as an issue and go to Supreme Court on Monday. So the whole intention is what? To delay the film or not to give the censor certification and drag the process. So for what? What reason? Why are we doing it? See, it's not something like a film which should not come out because it will affect the relationship between India, Pakistan, India, China, or India, Russia, or India, America. Is it a film like that? If you have any such reason, then you're not given the certification at all, right? It's a simple commercial film. Just because it stars Talapati Vijay, who's launched a political party, he's coming in as a big power in Tamil Nadu. Are you seeing him as a big threat that his last film should not come out, or it should be delayed, or it should be dragged? I don't understand at all. What is the need for it? You are doing by doing this, you're actually increasing his popularity. You're increasing the empathy and the sympathy among the people for Talapati Vijay. I'm telling you, all this, whatever they're doing it, it's only going to favor the person against whom they're doing it. This is my personal view.
So also, as you're a producer, I want to ask you this question. Whenever we have Diwali, and Pongal releases in Tamil Nadu, of course, we have many high-budget films every year releasing on these two occasions. So the smaller films, they'll be planning their release around the release of these high-budget films. So now, if high-budget films like Jananayagan and Parashakti are going to face such complications and legal hurdles, where does this place the small-budget films? How can they plan their releases ahead, and what is going to happen to them?
Everyone is going to be scared. This is the reason why I'm not talking for Jananayagan or Parasakti. I'm talking about the fear which is created by Censor Board. Censor Board has been professional, very, very cooperative with the whole lot of producers across the country. All of a sudden, it is becoming abnormal. I don't want to put it political, but I'm going to put it like it's becoming abnormal. You are not behaving like a normal professional independent body. You are operating with a particular reason. Otherwise, justice has ordered, PT Asha madam has ordered saying that give the certificate, give it and finish it off. Matter is over, right? Okay, there is a stand we have taken it to go
Pursuing
for.
the case. Why are they going for an appeal is the question.
That means that you're taking it as a personal issue, right? You want to prove a point and you want to make sure that the film doesn't come. So it is becoming personal reason.
Sir,
That's the
on the
reason
other
why
hand, the
justice.
CBFC, what they tell is that the courts cannot interfere in our certification process. In fact, yesterday I was looking at the arguments in the Madras High Court in front of Justice P.T. Asha. The CBFC representatives, they say that the court cannot interfere in the certification process. The court can set a deadline, but they cannot interfere in the process itself.
In that case, they become like they'll become authoritative, right? Where they become the soul of power. They can
Mm.
decide not to give certification for a film. Then where is the democracy? In a democracy, everybody has an opportunity to go and fight for the reason, for their cause. No, the producer has a right. When you are suddenly coming up with a sumoto saying that I want to go for a revising committee, where else I'll go? I'll go to the court, right, to get a relief. So they done the right thing by going to the court. Otherwise, they not have got the relief. We are very clear that Chief Justice is not going to accept it. They are not going to give the stay, which is what we are expecting as an industry. They are definitely going to accept the single judge decision, and they are going to say that why are you fighting like this? This is a case where clearly the certification has been already confirmed by mail. Just accept it and move on. It's just a film. Why are you making us a big issue? If you look at it in a lot of other cases, also the justice has already taken a fair view. They are not taken a biased view. In this case, we are all very, very happy that Justice P.T. Asha Madam has clearly taken a stand saying that this is arbitrary. This is arbitrary. This is going to open a Pandora's box, and this will actually unilateral decision like this. If it is taken, nobody can be guaranteed about a future census education. They're all going to be afraid about going to the censor board because they know that until they get the certificate in their hand, they can anytime withdraw it by using a sumoto power. The sumoto power cannot be used like this unless there is a very strong reason. Unless there is a very strong reason where they got a complaint saying that all the members have joined together and then somehow manipulated and issued a certificate which is not to be supposed to be issued. Something like that, if there is a say like complaint like that, is okay. What the complaint came, very frivolous complaint. What the complaint is like, the army badges are used
Yeah, some
wrongly,
defense emblems have been used, and this might
emblems
have
are
been
used
used
wrongly.
without. Yeah.
And then they're talking about a very simple thing like home has been, used religious, which is going to affect the religious sentiment. Boss, only asking one thing. You already given 23 cuts. You give three more cuts, no? Saying that wherever army emblem is used to change it through graphics or remove it. And then say that home, should be replaced with something else. Say that along with your cuts, 23 cuts, add, the chairperson could have sent a mail saying that, okay, we have already listed out 23 cuts. We are now suggesting 5 more cuts. Remove all this stuff which has come as a complaint from one of the examining committee member as an independent representation or a complaint saying that these are the things ignored by the examining committee. Please consider. They could have taken it, right? It's a simple process. So the producer would have added those cuts also. And then matter is closed. Why are you saying that, because of this minor issue, you're talking about going for the revising committee? And pretty well the film has only 3 days in hand. On the
Mm.
5th of the day month, you're sending a mail saying that by 6th, the revising committee can be formed. Where is the revising? 9th, the film has to come.
Mm.
And they killed the opportunity of Pongal, which is a huge festival, and the film is supposed to open at something like 150 crore today is expected, box office collection worldwide. That 150 crore collection, they actually evaporated by doing all this stuff. The kind of refund which has happened, I can tell you, you'll be shocked. More than 50 crore advance booking amount has been refunded to the customers.
Yeah. Yeah.
In overseas alone, 40 crore. In India, 10 crore. I'm talking about Tamil Nadu alone, 10 crore advance booking money has been refunded to the customer. For what? For what? In what way you're, achieving all this stuff by, pushing the producer to this particular situation?
Sir, my
So
final
it
question.
disturbs the whole equilibrium in the industry. It destabilizes the confidence in among the producers. So all that we appeal to the entire CBFC body is that you have been very professional, you have been very supportive to the industry. Please remain independent, neutral, professional, and cooperative to the film industry. You are only a certification body. You are only supposed to certify and not to ban or to stop the release of a film.
Sir, my final question before I let you go is that, of course, we've been seeing Mr. Vijay in the Tamil films for almost three decades now, 33 years. So the fans feel that he deserves a better farewell. His last film, why does his last film need to be in the middle of a legal hurdle, such a long legal hurdle? He deserves a better farewell, is what all of us fans are telling from all over the world. So as a producer, what do you have to tell about Vijay's contribution to the Tamil film industry and his farewell at the moment? How do you see it?
I felt, this is not the right way to give a farewell to a great person like that. He has done such a great contribution to Indian cinema. He has taken Tamil cinema to the level where he has brought in such a big revenues across the globe. He is a sensation among the box office. While Rajini sir as a superstar remains on the top, there is Vijay, Talapati Vijay. He is now today the sensation of the youth. They all want to see his film. As I said, 150 crore would have been the collection on the first day, minimum I'm talking about. Such a kind of collection, which other artist can bring in India? Please, list out such people. 150 crore is minimum I'm talking about. Such a kind of number, who can generate, and you can bring in an overall box office of 600, 700 crore. Such a great achievement at the young age. I'm talking about within 33 years. I'm talking about at the age of just 50, 51. And he has achieved such a phenomenal height, and he is loved by millions of people. And his last film, he's taken a solid stand. I want to enter politics and I want to quit cinema. Which other artist ever taken a stand like that? They always wanted to, pedal both. Okay, they will always say, I want to be in cinema also, but I will also be in politics. But he said, I'm quitting cinema because I want to do 33 years. You give me a lot of love, and I want to do another 30 years for you. I want to work for the welfare of the people for another 30 years. Just believe in that particular person, give him a farewell, and let him fight the, public election. If he got the masses, let him come to the power, but it's not easy. Okay, come battle. Cinema is a different battle altogether, but in a election is a different battle altogether. Let him be having the fair fight in the elections. But why are you holding his last film? That's a question everybody has. Let him go easily, happily, saying that okay, last film has come. Whatever love and affection people are given, I'm happy, and now I'm fully concentrating on cinema. Leave him, no, leave him alone. Why are you, interfering in his last film and creating all the kind of hurdles for the film to release? And 10 days of Pongal holidays, they killed it, almost 3, 4 days. Now, in the whole process, 3, 4 days is lost.
Mm.
Okay, another 5 days only left. At least the film can come if they give the certification today. 14th,
Mm.
they could have released it.
Yeah.
But that also they are not enabling now. They are going for the appeal, and now they will go to the Supreme Court on Monday. They will go on like this. If they go keep doing like this, so where is the end? And what's going to happen to the whole film? What kind of achievement the film can have? So is it the right way to give a royal salute to a person who has done so much to the industry by bringing in such a kind of expansion to the box office collection for Tamil cinema, along with one side superstar Rajini sir, this side Vijay sir has done so much to the industry. So just give him that royal salute and send him off happily, saying that you've done a great job. Go and do it in politics, and all the best to you. That's the best way to leave him, no, to the industry.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for talking to us. Thank you for taking your time and sharing your views on times. Now you've told that Vijay deserves a better farewell, and the whole sequence of events, starting from December 18, when the film was submitted to CBFC, it all looks abnormal, is what you're telling. So let's wait and see, how the the censor body is fighting it out in the courts. For the time being, thank you for talking to us. Thank you, sir.
I'm still hopeful that today the Chief Justice will give the clearance. I'm still hopeful that Censor Board will stop further appeal on the film and allow the censor certification to be given, and film can come on 14th. Let's look forward. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Bye.